It is Wednesday, July 30th, and this is your weekly market watch for the Seattle area housing market. Hey there, I'm Brennan Klaus. Thanks for tuning in. And we are talking again this week about what is going on in the real estate market in Seattle specifically. So let's jump right into the mortgage rates. The mortgage rates for the past 3 days this week have come down a little bit. So the 30-year fix is sitting right now at 6.75%. Last week that was at 6.79%. So it's definitely dropping a little bit, not significantly. There's definitely some things going on in the market as far as the Fed goes and what is to be expected, which none of us know. I actually have been listening to things that say that the 30-year fix will probably be in the mid 6% range by the end of the year. I think that was a prediction that was made both at the beginning of 2025 and continues to remain true for this year. The 15-year fix is down a little bit at 6.03%, and then 30-year FHA and VA are at 6.33 and 6.35%. One thing to think about if you are buying is how to buy this rate down permanently or short term. So you can buy it down for 1, 2, 3 years at a graduated rate, or you could also buy it down permanently with a credit from the seller, or if you paid that cost yourself as a buyer. So that's definitely one thing to think about in this market. Now for us, we are seeing buyers in the market. We're seeing, there was a house in Beacon Hill our clients were interested in. They thought they were going to get multiple offers. The inspection was sent out to multiple parties, but only got one offer. We just did a price reduction on our listing in Columbia City, Seward Park area, and that got 10 different buyer groups through the open house this past weekend. So the buyers are out there. They have more negotiating power. You have more negotiating power if you're a buyer, and you have the ability to take your time and figure out what you want. But we do see buyers out there, maybe not as strongly as before, but we definitely do see them out there. I usually predict that during August, based on historical data, we see a little bit of a pause in the market. Sometimes homes that have been sitting for a long time, you can get a great deal on them because August seems to bring a little time of relief for buyers. A lot of other competition in terms of buyers are out on vacation or enjoying the sun, and so we don't see as many people in the market actually purchasing. So that's what we saw this week in the market. As far as what is happening in terms of the numbers on the condo market this week, what we saw was an increase in the number of condos, up by just 10 to 186 new listings in the Seattle area. Pending listings were down to 156. Those are down by 11. And then the sold listings were down by 17 at 109. So still keeping pace. I'm surprised to see an additional 10 condos listed this past 7 days, but we could continue to see this trend into August. Usually once we hit the peak, this number continues to come down, the number of new listings, but we may see that this stays pretty steady through the rest of the summer. And then of course, based on historical data, what we always see is a bump in the number of new listings right after Labor Day in September. So that's a condo market right now. When we're looking at residential homes, so this is townhomes and single family homes in the Seattle area, new listings were down by 17 at 521 over the past 7 days. Pending listings are down 29 at 539. So pending listings 539 is actually exceeding the number of new listings, which is 521. So that doesn't mean that necessarily every home that's listed gets an offer right away. It just means that what is currently on the market is getting taken up at a higher rate than what is being listed within this 7-day period. And then sold listings down 13 at 394. So those are the numbers for what's going on in the Seattle real estate market. If you're thinking about making a move this fall, whether you're 2 months out or 2 years out, we always like to have a strategy call to start you off on the right foot and see what your goals are and how we can align the right strategy to get you the best deal possible, whether you're buying or selling. So if you want to book that call, feel free to text us or email us, and we'll set up a time to do that with yourself and our team, and we can talk about your real estate goal. Thanks for tuning in again this week, and we'll see you again next week.